We're here with Roben and Kieran. We're gonna talk about getting our necks yoked, right? Well, we made a lot of progress in the past year. Jefferson curls, back extensions, things like that. But I think getting that last part of the spine that's holding the head, getting that strong, important for martial arts, important for life. You're carrying this head. Important for posture, important for longevity, right? Mm-hmm. So you guys have some ideas. Let's talk about stimulus for neck strengthening and posture improvements.
Yeah, I definitely think with this one, you could probably include this in the posture one as well.
Yeah.
Because it's so important. People don't train their necks and we're always like staring down at the computer, staring down at my phone. I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah.
This is a good way to kind of bring balance to the body in the opposite of that, because you start strengthening the neck. Most people will just need this, right? Like a mat against a wall. You're holding this position for about 8 seconds. Once the 8 seconds are up, take a second break, come back up, do that 3 times. So 3 reps, 8-second holds, 3 sets of that. And honestly, with most people, that leaves them sore right as it is. And I've had a lot of clients who are like, hey, my neck was really sore after we did that. I'm just like, okay, maybe we don't start that yet. Let's start with some face pulls, some bend and pull apart, some things to kind of get some blood flow in there before we start training it directly.
Yeah, I think we got to ease into these because it's one thing if you have bicep DOMs, muscle soreness, but you get neck soreness, it's bad news.
Yeah. Causes headaches, all kinds of stuff you don't want to deal with.
So we're down.
Yeah.
Boom, hold one.
Yeah, try to get everything in line. Up a little bit more. That's perfect.
Are you shooting for like a chin tuck, kind of like stacked spine on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's
harder.
Exactly
Good
what
point.
we want. Really good cue. And I like to try to touch my tongue to the roof of the mouth. That kind of helps.
I got a mew while I'm doing this.
Yeah, you got a mew. Or you can wear a mouthpiece and just bite down on that. That helps too.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the neck training stuff, a mouthpiece is ideal, or a towel, or mew. And any of those will kind of help you keep the neck a little bit stronger. That tip actually comes from an old boxing coach where he was like, he saw me doing the neck training. He was like, bite down on this. And it made a huge difference. Like, actually was able to go a few pounds heavier.
Yes.
Right. It's kind of like what they say with like pull-ups, like squeeze the bar.
Yeah.
It just has a radiation effect on everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can actually scale this using a bench. Same thing here, right? 3 reps, 8-second holds, come back down, and you can continue scaling that until the point, like the goal ultimately for most people, even for athletes, should just be being able to do that on like a flat bench. Keeping a good bridge here, right?
Yeah.
Should be able to even just talk out of this position. Now, that scales to even greater levels, basically doing it on the ground and rolling his head.
Yeah.
That's like next level. I don't even want to attempt that, but even just holding it here on the ground is difficult enough.
I'm not even going to try that today.
Strength. Yeah.
I'm good with this. Yeah.
How do you know when you're ready for each one? Is it just like do you go by feel or you go by like a time metric?
I would say be like really patient. And once you're no longer sore from doing that 1 week to the next, maybe give it 2 weeks of not being sore, then you can start scaling it a little bit. Most people just do it way too quickly and they have neck pain and can even cause injury because of it. But I think for jiu-jitsu, it's absolutely worth doing because, there's so much, everybody's yanking down on your neck all the time, especially like a good wrestler will always take your head out first.
Yeah, I had a bad neck injury a few years ago. Did a lot of this stuff. It helped a ton. But then there's like that point of where you're almost doing too much. Start to get some compensation patterns and started to get like shoulder pain because the neck was doing more work than the traps and scaps and like the levators were taking a lot of the load. So it seems like low-hanging fruit, doing like lower volume of this stuff and like really going slow with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Is kind of the way forward.
Just once a week, I think it's more than enough.
Once a week, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So Ruben, this bridges off of what you were saying earlier about getting into the neck extension and getting the bridge going for the back of your head. So this is just another way to play off of it. So I recommend kind of a bear plank position here.
Look at those triceps.
And then just
Jesus.
and then just going forehead on the bench.
Yeah.
And really thinking weight through your toes and your hands to start. And then as you get more comfortable, maybe walking your hands a little closer and getting a little lighter on your feet. Now your neck is doing a little bit more of the work here.
Yeah.
And then over time, you can start to develop maybe one hand at a time, maybe two, which is really hard. But it's just another way to work that bridge. I feel like we spend a lot of time back here, as we should, because like this is probably where you're gonna absorb more trauma through those vertebrae there. But we can't forget the front of the neck too.
Yeah, 100%.
So this is just a way to kind of progress into that.
Nice. Hell yeah.
You could do it off the floor too. I mean, going off of a mat here, like a down dog almost, and then working into some bridging from there.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson style.
That's awesome.
But being super careful with it, obviously.
That's great.
I mean, before we jump into this, what do we like to do for warm-ups?
Well, the regression of it is always a good idea, right? Something I show, because most people aren't going to need that, like we mentioned. Usually just have them do that. But if somebody's having neck pain, I'll usually just show them how to do like the holds here, just hanging off the bed or in this case a bench, just isometric, and then start working towards the ability to do reps here. Right? Tucking the chin, even bringing the chin forward, coming back up.
Yeah.
And then doing the same thing in all 6 motions, right? Your neck has 6 directions it can go. You have lateral flexion extension. You have neck flexion, right? Or even just protraction, retraction of the neck. So it's really like 8 movements. Same thing on each side, right? And then twisting as well, rotation. So I usually just have them do that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Leaning to one side and pushing down here. Yeah. I love those just for like waking things up, you know?
Yeah, you can never underestimate, like most people even have a hard time just doing that.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like you said, I wouldn't show somebody that if they haven't done, at least tried it just standing up first.
Right,
But
right.
most people have, because they see it online, it's just do this. But like the static stretching, it's like, okay, you can actually progress this. Because just being able to do this is not going to get you out of pain. But I guarantee you, most people that can do like a ground, like everything you just showed, and like the ground one, those people probably don't have as much neck pain as somebody that has a hard time doing any of that.
It's crazy because like 80% of your neck training could be that, and then you could start to add in some isometric with like your own hand.
Yeah.
Or like those like 2-pound plates that we have over there. You could probably get away with doing that and just be completely fine. And then the crazier stuff is like way down the road, but you could probably do that for a year.
And then for more advanced, I guess like football players, I can show you guys the neck harness. This is what I do. People always get weirded out when I bring this to the gym. Everybody's just staring at everybody that goes by. I have videos of people just like, that's great. But again, this really helps you like work those 6 neck motions. And you don't even need this. You could actually do pretty much all of this with just bands. Down, up. And again, trying to keep a lot of tension here in the jaw with mewing.
Right.
So up to 20 reps of that is really good.
That's a good tip.
You can also, you don't want to do low reps on this because then you're like, you could really have a high chance of messing yourself up. The awkward part is switching it over. But you can hit all 6 motions here as well, right? Sideways. Sideways, I have to go a lot lighter. The good thing about this is it allows you to train through a full range. So I'm getting a stretch there and then coming up. And then for rotation, you can also just hold the helmet here and look over. Trying to use your torso a little bit less on every rep. So this is just for like, I do this once a week, but it's for like people that really want to bulletproof. So if you're doing contact sports or something like that, I think it's worth pursuing. But it's also very scalable because you can just, you could just do the lightest weight possible. Or you can, instead of attaching this to a cable, you can attach bands to it. They sell a lot of bands that have these little clips on them. And that's actually what I started with at home because I was like, there's no way I'm doing a cable with this. But yeah, same thing here. This is usually the one that gets to weird looks.
And so for reference, that's about like 37 pounds right there.
Oh, I don't know.
37.
I can go heavier. That's usually what I work flexion and extension with.
Yeah.
The sideways, so that's what, 28 kgs?
Yeah.
The sideways ones, I have to go a lot lighter.
And you recommend going super light when you start something like this?
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 steps behind where you think you could be.
Also really like doing isometric marches and things like that. So maybe not with a cable, but with a band. Just kind of walking out and doing like a a hold right here.
Right.
That's a really good one. Or same thing sideways too. But yeah, hopefully that helps.
Yeah, go super light. Try it.
Yeah, just because I want to look really cool.
Yeah. That could be the hook to your video.
Right. Yeah. It feels like you're moving at an incredible rate, Harry.
So if you were to make like a flow out of that, let's say that would take 15 minutes, would you start like maybe some neck cars, things like that, get it loosened up, then maybe work into some of the, like all the 6 different ranges of motion that you can do for the neck from the bench, then maybe add in some bridging, isometrics, and then maybe finish with some neck harness?
Dude, I'll be
that make
100%
sense?
honest with you. I've never had a client that's willing to do this. So I've never
way.
developed a flow for it yet.
Yeah.
Usually the way I do it, I just I do my upper body workout first, and
Mm-hmm.
usually that's pretty warm, and then I just go into it. I think that's a great idea. Like start, like you said, very light, and then those movements, and then work up to that. But you could also just start with any exercise. Just start with a lighter version of it, and then once you feel like you're good, go for it. So maybe do one set really light, and then the next 2 sets start working up to a good weight. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Let's start doing that for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.